everyone. This is our third video from the series about belief, hereafter, God, messengers, those topics, and I'm trying to share my perspective and my experience about different topics in Islam, and also about different ideas that I have, and I would like to share certain topics from Risale-i Nur, because Risale-i Nur is a kind of tafsir, an interpretation of Quran, in which you may find different topics on Islam, religion, faith, destiny, hereafter, angels, the meaning of life, messengers, why do we have messengers, and so on. So today I would like to mainly focus on the hereafter. So we are always worrying about what's going to happen after death. As I remember when I was a high school student, I was really worried about my future, especially after death. When I was like 16, 17 years old, I started thinking about like the life in the grave. Is there something after death? I was a Muslim. I was believing in God, but even though this is the case, I had doubts. I had some questions about really is there life after death? So there is people who are going to the graves, and we don't hear anything from them. Sometimes some people say that they see them in their dreams or so on, but really, and many sacred books that are coming from the divine power, the Creator, Allah Himself, and then He's talking about hereafter and the day of judgment and so on. So I would like to share with you one nice story type parable of two men. They are going to a beautiful country and they are talking to each other. In this parable, they are really discussing about whether there is a God, there is the ultimate power, and whether there is this God, the Creator will have a life after death for His creation. So let's start reading, and then we will we will try to talk about them. And if you have any questions, please share the questions either as a comment after the recording is available, or during the session that I will try to share tonight. Normally we were meeting every Sunday at 10 o'clock Turkish time and 7 o'clock UK time, but this time I had to do it on Wednesday because of a problem on Sunday. Sorry for that, and inshallah we will try to schedule every Sunday such a session. So I will try to read from 10th word in Words, the book called Words. There are 13 books in Risale-i Nur, let's say, collection. There are like words, letters, lights, and so on. There are many books talking about different subjects about Islam, religion, belief, faith, as I said, messengers, Tawheed, which is like oneness of Allah, oneness of God, and so on. So today my focus will be on hereafter. So how can I, as a person, how can I convince myself and others that there is one life after death? Death is not the end of our journey in this life. So we are born and then we become a child, then a teenager, young person, adult person, and then we become old if we live long enough, and then we go to the grave. This is what we see. This is the story that everyone has. It starts from the mother's womb, and then ends with a dying process that we observe all the time. So for this life to be really meaningful, like we always say that there is another life coming after this life, which will be everlasting, which will be non-ending journey, right? Here we start our journey, we collect experiences here, we are tested here, and then after this very important test, we are starting another phase of our journey. First, after our dying till the judgment day, we call it Yawm al-Qiyamah, and then once the judgment is over, every human and jinn are sent to the hell or hellfire or paradise, Jannah. So let's try to understand how can we convince ourselves and others about the existence of hereafter, that it should happen. There are rationals, there are reasons that a hereafter, let's say, phase of our journey as an existence, that we are here and this will not be the end of the story, and the story will continue in the hereafter. So let's try to read some parts, and then I will try to share my thoughts and experiences as we go further. Once upon a time, two men traveled to a country as beautiful as paradise. They see that everyone leaves the doors of their houses. Okay, this is a parable, this is a story from which we will try to understand that there is one place, there is one, let's say, a space where there's a place where there is some other things going on after dying, which will be mentioned now. They see that everyone leaves the doors of their houses, shops, and homes open without paying much attention to guarding them. Property and money are left openly as if ownerless. So in this life, what we see is everyone is doing something. Sometimes some people are killing people. Some people are torturing other people. Some people are really oppressing other people. They don't care what happens to other people or the other animals and other creatures. They just live whatever they wanna live like. So this is what we see, right? One of the two men stretches out his hand to whatever he desires and either steals it or seizes it by force. He follows his impulses and commits every kind of injustice and immorality. The people who do not interfere with him much. So this is what is happening. People are doing whatever they want, and if they are not caught by police or the government, they will not be punished. They will not see any interference with their actions. The other man says to him, "What are you doing? You will be punished, and you will also bring trouble upon me. These goods belong to the state." The people here, together with their families, are either soldiers or public servants. They are assigned to these duties as civilians. This is why they do not interfere with you much. But discipline is very strict. The king has communication everywhere, and officials in all places quickly repent and seek protection. So there are two men in this story. One of them doesn't feel like there is one king in this country. There are open houses, as if they are ownerless. He can steal anything, he can just grab anything he wants, and nobody is interfering with him. But the other guy, which is the intelligent guy, he says, there is one king here, and he communicates everywhere. He knows what is going on in his country, but he doesn't do the reward or the punishment on the spot. He waits, and then he waits for the people in that country to repent and seek protection. But that foolish and stubborn man insists and says, No, these are not state property. They are public or charitable property, ownerless. Anyone can use them as they wish. I see no reason to prevent enjoying these beautiful things. I will not believe unless I see it with my own eyes. Some people are living like this, right? They don't have any kind of criteria about benefiting from this world, no limitations or nothing else. And they say that like I have to see that there is God and He controls everything. The things that He see can only exist. He doesn't believe in the things that are unseen that exist. Okay, that's the main idea of many people, and they don't care what others are benefiting or getting harmed, what others think. They just try to enjoy their lives in this life. He also speaks many absurd and philosophical sounding arguments. A serious debate begins between them. So there is two guys in this story, and then one of them is like he doesn't care about what's going on. He doesn't believe in there is a king in this country, and he just wants to enjoy his life without any limitations. He just want to do anything he wants. And the first foolish man says, "Who is this king? I do not recognize him." His friend replies, "A village cannot exist without a headman. A needle cannot exist without a maker or an owner. You know this. A single letter cannot exist without a writer. So how can this extremely orderly country exist without a ruler?" When you see a very nicely organized city, you say that there is a system here. There's a good government here, right? There is a ruler here, which is like which is bringing all this order, all the system in place. So what do you see here? You are seeing that there is one country with a ruler, and a needle cannot exist without a maker or an owner. A single letter cannot exist without a writer. So how can this extremely orderly country exist without a ruler? So we should first realize that all this orderly creation, all this artwork, all these things with wisdom around the universe in this world, we see that there is one ruler, there is one creator here. And the guy says, how can so much wealth, where every hour a train arrives as if from the unseen, loaded with valuable and finely made goods that are distributed here, be ownerless? Everything coming from trees, coming from the ground, from the earth, from the sea, everything is given as bounties here. And you see that this the ruler of this universe, the owner of this universe, the creator of this universe, is giving a lot to the creation that he created. From the trees, from the worms up to the man, we can see that he has so much wealth, and he is sending rain, he's sending water, he's sending all these bounties from different resources. And how can the announcements and declarations seen everywhere, the seals and stamps on every product, and the flags hanging on every corner be without an owner? So we see that in each artwork that we see, as I said, trees, like clouds, seas, and all these creation, fish and animals, you see that they are great, let's say, that they are great artwork. When you study medicine, you see that every detail in the cell, in the tissue, in an organ level, or in an organism level, you see that everything is in orderly manner, created in an orderly manner. It cannot be said this came out of chaos, this came out of just coincidence. We see that there is a huge orderly fashion creation here. So we see a stamp on everything. Like, for example, there is a brand, car brand, and you can see the car brand and on every car that it produces. And the creator of this world, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, put his stamp on every creation that he has. And it is clear that you have studied, there are two friends, or there are two men in this story, and one of them is stubborn, and he doesn't want to believe in there is a ruler here, and there is nothing that limits his actions. He just want to freely do anything he wants in this world. And the clever guy, he says, it's clear that you have studied some Western ideas, some philosophical ideas. You cannot read these Islamic writings. So there were stamps on each artwork, each product that we see in this country, and then this person, he cannot read what is written on those stamps. That is saying that this is the ruler's product, this is the ruler's property. Come, I will read you the greatest royal decree. The foolish man turns and says, all right, suppose there is a king. But what harm does my small personal benefit cause him? Some people think that, okay, there is God, but what would harm if I do simple, small things? What does it reduce from his treasury? And there is no prison here, no visible punishment. So he doesn't have any punishment in his life. There is no prison that really punishes that person. His friend replies, look carefully. This visible country is a training ground. It is also an exhibition of the king's remarkable industries. And it's a temporary guest house without solid foundations. It is a temporary place. This is a training ground, and this place is an exhibition. It's just a temporary exhibition. It will be changed. Do you not see that every day a group arrives, another departs, and it disappears? We have been living for the last certain years, and our fathers, grandfathers, great-grandfathers were here, and then thousands of years people lived, and then they went, they departed, and they disappeared. Now we are living, and maybe in certain number of years later, we will be also disappearing and departing. So it is constantly filled and emptied. One day, this country will be completely changed, and its people will be transferred to another permanent country. So we believe that this place is a transient and temporary place. It's a training ground. We are trained as human here. We are trained how to become obedient Muslims here. We are trained to become good people here. We are trained to know what is recognize the existence of the Creator. We are here to know Him better throughout his artwork and wisdom and a great treasury that He is displaying in this world. So we see these kind of things. It's a temporary place. We come and go, and as we come and go, it's like a theater scene, theater platform, let's say. There are some costumes, there are some displays that are put, and then when the show is over, everything is taken away. And the costumes are taken, all these displays, and let's say something related to the play is going to be taken away. So one day this country will be completely changed, and its people will be transferred to another permanent country. So we are here temporarily, and we will be transferred to a permanent place. Therefore, there everyone will receive either reward or punishment according to their service. We are trained here, we are tested here, and at the end of this test period, which is a lifetime for us, from birth to death, then we will be rewarded or punished according to this test that we are having here. Like I'm giving tests to my students, they are prepared or they are unprepared. They are doing their best as much as they can. It's not only one test that I'm giving. I'm giving quizzes. I'm giving midterms. I'm giving homework. I'm giving project work. I'm giving group work. All these things build up, and then it becomes like a whole semester test and learning process. Students are learning. Students are tested along the way about their learning. The tests are like a kind of advancement process or a development process in their learning process, right? So at the end of this journey of one semester, they take grades, they take points according to their service, according to their studying performance, and so on. And at the end, they will get an A or B or an F, and then they will be either rewarded or punished. This is what we are doing in our daily lives, right? Or there are rules in all countries. When you do not obey the rules, you're going to get punished. When you obey certain things, it's not going to be any punishment. Maybe in some cases there will be rewards even. Yet that fool stubbornly resistance says, I do not believe it. Is it possible that this country will be destroyed and its people will be moved elsewhere? So now there is a ruler. The guy in the story, there are two people in this story. One of them doesn't believe in there is a God, there is a hereafter, there will be a change in this country, and all the people will be transferred to another place. He doesn't believe in that, and the clever, the smart guy, the smart man is trying to convince him that there is one place after this life, and we are trying to convince ourselves by the teachings of Islam and teachings of Quran and the messenger, the last messenger, Rasulullah ﷺ, the last messenger, Muhammad ﷺ, he will be, peace be upon him. We are learning from these resources that there will be one place which is for reward or punishment according to our service. Why there should be something like that? We will try to read certain passages and try to understand what this all means. Since you persist in such stubborn denial, come, among countless proofs, I will show you through 12 illustrations. I will try to read only 3-4 illustrations, that there is a supreme court, a place of reward and generosity, a place of punishment and prison. Just as this country empties little by little every day, one day it will be completely emptied and destroyed. So we are trying to now read some proofs, read some rationales about the hereafter. I would like to say welcome to Bilal, Mr. Bilal. Thank you for coming and joining us this evening. I'm trying to read from Risale-i Nur words, and this is the 10th word and the initial part of 10th word. We are talking about why there should be a hereafter after this temporary world in which we see oppressions, we see good people, we see unethical deeds, we see killings, we see also people who are trying to protect the innocent and so on. So there should be one court, one supreme court, one place for rewarding or one place for punishment. Maybe a couple of 10 years ago, maybe 20 years ago, I was staying with my friend in Ankara, and we had one other friend. He was not living in a creator, and he was a person who was trying to defend the rights of people, and like social, like he was a socialist, and he didn't believe in God, but he was trying to help like the people who are being offended, who are being oppressed, who are getting injustice treatments and behaviors. and he was always trying to mention these. But we were trying to convince him that there should be one place, there should be one court, there should be one outcome of this world in which the real justice, the real punishment or reward process should happen, because there is people who kills people without any concern or any thinking second time. There are people who are raping, who are stealing, who are doing bad things, who are generating bad content to destroy people's hearts and souls. There are many people like that. So there are, on the other side, there are people who are obedient, who are trying to be a good person, who are trying to help others in their lives, and try to generate real benefit, right? So that's why we are trying to now understand the proofs that this book is trying to give us, the words. First illustration: is it possible that a kingdom? Let's think about, there is one God. We now call him a king. There is one country in the story. It's the kingdom. There is the kingdom of the Creator, and now we will try to understand through this story why there is one hereafter, there is life after death, and what we should expect after dying. Is it possible that a kingdom, especially such a magnificent one, would have no reward for the obedient who serve well, and no punishment for rebels? Since such justice is not fully carried out here, it means there must be a supreme court everywhere, or elsewhere, sorry. Is it possible that a kingdom, especially a magnificent one, such a magnificent kingdom, would have no reward for the obedient who serve well? Right? There is one kingdom in which there are people who are obedient, there are people who are rebellious. The people who serve well should be rewarded, and the people who do not care, who are rebellions, should get punishment. This is the fundamental property of being the ruler, being the kingdom, being the government, right? Since such justice is not fully carried out here, we see that many people die without getting any punishment in this world. We see many people, good people, who served well, who really did good job in this life, and obeyed the rules of the king of this universe. Even though they were obedient, they didn't get any kind of reward. It's not. I cannot see it. We cannot see them. Right? They go to the same place, oppressor and oppressed. The people who steal from other people, people who are getting bad behaviors from other people. So they go to the same place. This justice is not here. So we see that in all the world there is a justice everywhere except for human deeds. There are people and they don't get real punishment, and this justice should be carried out elsewhere, right? It's called Supreme Court, Mahkeme-i Kübra. There is a huge court in which everyone will be asked from their deeds. In Quran it says we will be shocked with what our angels on the right side and left side of us are writing and will have written about our deeds. We will say, oh, this small thing was written, even this small thing was written, and I'm now judged for that. Really, in this world, we cannot see the outcome of our deeds, our actions, good or bad. So there should be one place in which there is a Supreme Court, there is a place for reward, there is a place for punishment. So I will try to share with you 4 illustrations, 4 like parts of the story. The story was about 2 men discussing about the existence of a ruler and existence of existence of hereafter. Yes, I know Turkish. Yes, I'm a Turkish man living in Kuwait right now. I'm a professor in Kuwait, professor of electrical engineering. So, and I'm trying to share some of my experiences from Risale-i Nur collections. So the second illustration, look at how affairs are run. Now let us see, observe the real world. From the poorest and weakest to everyone else, perfect and carefully measured provisions, bounties are given. Lonely and helpless patients are cared for with great kindness. There are valuable and luxurious foods, fine utensils, jeweled decorations, elegant clothes, and splendid banquets. You see now in the northern hemisphere, now the winter is going, alhamdulillah, snow is coming, rain is coming, and we are waiting for the spring to come. With the spring we will start seeing flowers, we will start seeing greenery and grasses everywhere, and then we will have in the summer we will start having all kinds of different fruits, vegetables, and different bounties that are sent, right? They are not like very ordinary stuff. They are very much ornamented. They are nicely designed. They have great color. They have great taste. They are beneficial for humankind and animals. The rain comes and trees are getting a huge benefit from those rains in different parts of spring and so on. There's a huge and nicely created environment, and here in this story it says there are valuable luxurious foods, fine utensils, because there's a banquet, there's a nice food court that we go and benefit from all kinds of food in this world. Elegant clothes and splendid banquets. Look, except for fools like you, everyone performs their duty with great care. No one exceeds their limits even slightly. When you see the trees, when you see, for example, animals, when you see the planets, the systems everywhere, you can really see that they are working in harmony. They are working within their limits. They are working without any deviations from their duties. The highest ranking people serve with humility, obedience, and deep respect. And we see that there are people who are really obedient. They have really deep respect towards the king of this country in the story. And there are people who really tries to be good people, ethical people. They try to be obedient what the creator of this universe tells us to do, and so on. This shows that the ruler of this kingdom has great generosity. We see the generosity, right? In the spring, in the summertime, even in the autumn, we see the generosity of the creator of this universe. We are getting bounties from everywhere, like the sun, the air, the earth, the clouds, the sea, and everything that are created are really given to us with great generosity and vast mercy. Because when you feel mercy towards someone, you try to feed that person, you try to help that person, you try to protect that person. Our Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, has great generosity and vast mercy, as well as great dignity, honor, and authority. He is the creator of everything. He has the whole power. He is the omnipower that makes everything, that creates everything, that sustains everything, that gives food and rizq to everything. So, but generosity wants to give rewards. He is generous, but think about it. We are here, all people, billions of people lived, and they disappeared and departed. and we will depart and disappear. But the generous creator of this universe would like to give rewards. He would like to continue giving his rewards. He is giving a lot of bounties in this world, and from birth to death, we are benefiting from all these rewards. And now we are, mercy cannot exist without kindness. Dignity demands protection of honor, and honor requires disciplining the disrespectful. So in this illustration, in this example, we see that the different aspects or different names and attributes of the Creator, Allah. And we know that He is generous, He is merciful, He has dignity, izzah, He has izzah, and He is honorable, and He likes to discipline the disrespectful with all His names. I see that there is one like contributor right now, Shahim. Nice to have you here. Welcome. Hello to you all. And now, yet in this land, this merciful Creator, generous Creator would like to give many things, and He is already giving it in our lifetime. But do we, like sometimes we really do not feel satisfied, or we satisfy with like eating a little, we will be satisfied. We will, if we eat too much, we can be, we don't feel well, and so on. We may be sick. Yet in this land, not even 1,000th of what that mercy and honor deserve is carried out. The oppressor remains powerful, and the oppressed remains humiliated. Then both leave and disappear. Oppressor remains powerful. Now we see all these bad things happening in the news. The oppressor remains powerful, and the oppressed remains humiliated. They disappeared. They are gone. They had all those calamities. They had all those bad behaviors. They had all those killings and other things, and they go to the same place. So there is mercy, there is a dignity of the Creator. So this matter is postponed to a Supreme Court. The big cases are handled in big courts. Small cases are handled in small courts. So what we do here, sometimes we see the reflection of the justice in this life, even in our personal lives. We do something and then we feel bad in our hearts, or we feel something, we get some penalty, some kind of penalty. And then, but most of the big things, most of the big oppressions, most of the big killings are really, those guys are waiting, Allah is waiting for them, because He is Halim. He is giving period. He is giving some time for us to repent, to be sorry about what we are doing. The oppressor remains powerful, and the oppressed remains humiliated. Both live and disappear. So this matter is postponed to a Supreme Court. We talked about first illustration. If there is a power, if there is a kingdom, this power, the ruler wants to reward the obedients who are serving well, and wants to punish the ones who do not behave well. So I'm a professor in the university, and we reward the hardworking people. We try to reward like the people who study well and who do good and who behave well also. And we have disciplinary actions. We have some policies against cheating, against bad behavior, and so on. So the university is a small unit, a small institution that tries to put some rewarding and punishment mechanisms. Even as a father, I have reward and punishment mechanisms. How come the Creator of this universe will not have the reward and punishment mechanism for the people who are here to be tested, who are here to be trained, who are here to recognize and obey his rulings, his rules, let's say, and people who take him seriously will be rewarded. The people who do not care, about the rules, who do not care about the existence of the Creator, who doesn't care, who doesn't think, they are just here to benefit from the existing bounties and other things, and then they want to go without thinking. They want to go just without really seriously thinking about life, the meaning of life. Is there a creation? Is there a creator in this world? Is there life after death? So these things, if someone is thinking about all these, they should be really aware of the existing announcements coming from the Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The third illustration is about, this time it's about, again, justice and wisdom. So look at how everything operates with such high wisdom and order. You see, there is a wisdom, everything. Wisdom means you do something by planning the outcome. So if you are talking to someone and you have something to send a message to that person, you try to choose the right words, the right attitude, and so on. You try to interact with that person according to his current situation and so on. So you are acting with wisdom. You are trying to achieve something with the right strategy, with the right way of doing things. And we see the wisdom, hikmah, in this world, in this whole universe. We see a lot of things are starting from seeds coming up as a tree and having a fruit, and then in the fruit there's a seed, and there's a huge cycle of life in this world. We see that there is a huge order in this universe, and how transactions are carried out with true justice and balance. We see there is a justice. Justice has two meanings. One of them, the Creator gives the things that is needed or required for that creation, for that created being. For example, a bird requires like wings to fly, and another animal, maybe fish, requires specialized, let's say, respiration system or circulation system so that they can live in that environment, right? This is one choice or one side of justice. The other side of justice is about punishing or really rewarding what people what people are doing. So justice has two things. One of them giving the rights to the people who deserve that right, and people who requires or who deserves punishment. The justice will be there. You know, justice departments in countries with the police and other enforcement units, they are trying to create justice in a country or in a city, and they are trying to minimize the crimes, and they are trying to catch the people who are doing bad actions against the rule, against the law, and so on. So we see the wisdom and order, justice and balance in this whole universe. Wisdom in governance requires rewarding those who seek refuge under the protection of the state. So there is a governance, there is a government who acts with wisdom, but they don't care about the protecting the innocent, or they don't care about the good and good serving citizens, and they don't care about the people who are criminals and trying to destroy the harmony in the society. Justice requires protecting the rights of the people so that the dignity of the government and the majesty of the kingdom are preserved. So as a teacher in a class, I'm trying to protect the rights of my students against the people, the students, or some naughty students, let's say. They are trying to break the order in the class. They are trying to make sound. They are trying to act like in an undisciplined manner. They are trying to destroy the attention of our students or other friends, fellow friends or peers. So I'm there to discipline that person and trying to protect the attention or the rights of the students who are there to benefit from that class. So justice, as a teacher in a classroom or as a government official in a justice department or police department, they are there to protect the rights of the people. Yet here, not even 1/1000th of that wisdom and justice is properly enforced. Many fools like you leave without punishment. We see that, right? Bad people, sometimes they are living in palaces. They are living in good, let's say, environments. They are making a lot of money. They are healthy. They are, let's say, they are living a luxurious life. So they are living this life without any punishment. We don't see that, right? They may get some punishment, little ones like some diseases, some bad feelings, some depression, some psychological problems, but we don't see them from their outlook, right? So the justice and wisdom requires that this world should be complemented with a Supreme Court in which the punishment will be there for the people who are acting in an injustice manner, who are criminals, who are acting in a bad behavior, and that Supreme Court should reward the people who are obedient, the people who are behaving nicely with let's say deeds, good deeds, caring for others, giving charity to others, behaving in a considerate manner. They don't try to break other people's hearts. They don't want to hurt them. They don't want to destroy anything from their properties and so on. So these two groups of people, the wisdom requires and the justice requires these two groups of people should be separated. They are here together. We are here, good and bad, are here together. And this togetherness is still valid in the grave, but after the grave process starts, after the afterlife starts, then this separation will occur in a very wise manner and in a just manner. So the last one, I have like 5 minutes. I will finish in 5 minutes, inshallah. Look at the countless exhibitions. Now we are looking from another perspective. We talked about the rulers, let's say, policy for reward and punishment. We talked about wisdom and justice in the third illustration. And in the second illustration, we talked about there are bounties coming, there are gifts coming from the Creator, and this Creator has generosity and mercy, and he has also honor, dignity, and authority. And this generosity and mercy will require an endless generosity, demonstration of generosity in an endless manner, and mercy with an endless manner. Because I'm here, I live the generosity, but once I feel like I'm gonna go, I start feeling bad about leaving this world, and then become like a kind of enemy of this Creator. So here I will mention this right now. Look at the countless exhibitions filled with unique jewels and the tables filled with unmatched foods. They show that the king of this land possesses limitless generosity and inexhaustible treasures. Such generosity and endless wealth require a permanent banquet hall where every desire is fulfilled. So this generosity and endless wealth of the God, of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, will be fulfilled, will be demonstrated by an endless banquet, a permanent banquet hall in which the desire of every kind will be fulfilled by the Creator. They also require that those who enjoy this banquet remain there forever, so they do not suffer from separation and loss. See, this is a very critical point. When we feel like we are separating from some good times that we have, some good bounties that we are having, some good positions that we are having, some good amount of wealth we are having, and we have to separate. We have to go to another position. We have to leave that place. We lose that wealth and so on. This is really a huge suffering for humankind, right? Because if we feel like we will lose this good thing, we will start feeling the pain of losing, even though we are there, like benefiting from those bounties. If we feel like there's going to be a loss, if we envision that there's going to be a loss and separation from that nice place, from that nice position, we start feeling the pain. Here's a nice sentence from Bediüzzaman Said Nursi. He says, because just as the end of pain is pleasure, when the pain is over, we feel the pleasure. When the calamities are over, we feel the pleasure. When the hard times are over, we feel the pleasure. The end of pleasure is also pain. So if you feel pleasure in a certain position, place, and the end of it will give us the pain, right? So I remember in my youth, I was in a very nice environment, and my bus was gonna take off very soon, and I started crying and saying, why am I leaving my loved ones right now? So even though you are with them, but you're gonna leave soon, that the feeling of, or even the envisioning or dreaming about leaving and separation, it gives you pain and hard feelings. Look at these exhibitions, pay attention to these announcements, and listen to these scholars who display and promote the wondrous works of a miraculous King. They show his perfection and describe his unique, unseen beauty. The God, the Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent a lot of messengers, sent a lot of prophets for the humankind to express the wondrous works of this Creator. They show the perfection and his uniqueness and his beauty in this world. We can see his beauty, his uniqueness, his perfection, his miraculousness, his wondrous works. We can understand that our Creator is a wonderful Creator. He's perfect, he's unique, he has unseen beauty. This shows that he possesses extraordinary perfection and spiritual beauty. Hidden and flawless perfection seeks appreciation and admiration. So, concealed and matchless beauty seeks to be seen or to see. Such beauty wants continuous observation. So, Allah, great creator of this universe, with unmatched beauty, unseen beauty, spiritual beauty, and his beauty is endless and limitless. Such beauty wants continuous observation and eternal witnessing. And eternal beauty requires the continued existence of devoted observers. A lasting beauty cannot be satisfied with temporary admirers. So we are here, we are admiring the Creator for a very short time period, and such beauty is really, we love to see those beauties, even in this universe. Nice scene, nice mountains, nice, let's say, food and so on. There is a huge reflection of the beauty of the Creator. And the Creator wants his observers and witnesses to be eternal and continuous. And they should not be going away. They should not be temporary. They should be everlasting. They should be lasting admirers. This is an interesting point, I guess, my friends. So, such beauty wants continuous observation and eternal witnessing. And because an observer who is destined to vanish forever will, with the thought of disappearance, turn love into hostility and admiration into contempt. For humans are enemies of what they do not understand or cannot reach. So there's a story, in this story there's a bear, and there are nice grapes on the tree, and the bear is trying to reach those grapes, but he cannot, because his tallness is not enough for that. His height is not enough for that, and he says, "Oh, the grapes are sour and they are not good," you know. So when we are admiring the creation, we are admiring the whole manifestations of beauty of the Creator, but we understand that we are temporary here. We will go without any more satisfaction, and so on. The humankind will become enemies for that, for not being able to see or admire the beauty for a longer time. Yet everyone in these guest houses quickly leaves and disappears. They glimpse only a faint light or weak shadow of that perfection and beauty, then leave without being satisfied. We are here. How many of us feel like we are satisfied with what we have? We want longer lives. We want healthier lives. We want better wealth, better health, better kids. We want better positions. We want to have a luxurious life. We want to have a comfortable life. We want to live always in a good position. We want to see always good beauties around us. That's why we are going on trips. We are going on holidays, vacations. We are trying to go and see a nice view, a scenery, and so on. And we are here just like tasting a little bit, but not being able to satisfy. So it's clear that we are heading toward a permanent place of viewing. So the beauty of the Creator is the demonstration of the beauty of the Creator is great here, but because we are temporary here, we want to have an endless admiration, endless viewing, endless, let's say, benefiting from the beauty. But if we feel like this is temporary and it's not going to continue, we feel like depressed. We feel like, oh, I'm leaving this nice guest house. I'm leaving this nice world. I couldn't I wasn't able to be satisfied with all what I had. So there is one place which is a permanent place for viewing all those great beauties and unlimited beauties of the Creator. In the paradise, there's a saying of Prophet ﷺ, Muhammad ﷺ. He says, "Paradise in such a place that no eyes have seen, no ears have heard, no intelligence have dreamed about or thought about." So it's a great place for us to be able to satisfy all our feelings with appropriate rewards and other things. So today I wanted to share with you the general idea of hereafter, the rationales, the reasons that really tells us that there is one place after dying, after death. There is a grave, but grave is a kind of window or a door which opens to another world in which we will have a rewarding or a punishment process, and this rewarding or punishment process all depends on our deeds, our behaviors, our actions, our thoughts, our recognizing the creator of this universe, or obeying what he tells us to do or not to do. So I tried to share a passage from Risale-i Nur, Külliyat Nur, which is a collection of books in a contemporary interpretation of Quran. And in this interpretation of Quran, there are fundamental and basic topics about belief, hereafter, messengers, oneness of God, destiny, angels, the meaning of life, the meaning of health and diseases, the meaning of being an elderly person. Why should we believe, why should we obey what the Creator tells us to do? So now I'm about to close this live session. Thank you for joining. I hope this was a beneficial session for all of us. May Allah help us to become really good obedience, good slaves of Allah, and live according to what we believe in, that there is a hereafter and there will be a reward and a punishment for all the deeds, all the things that we do, even small or big. May Allah, we ask from Allah that He forgives us our bad deeds and bad attitudes, bad sins. Inshallah, we will be better people and serving for the humanity, serving for better things, and having a better life. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you for joining us. Have a nice evening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.